Get the ultimate early holiday gift for the football fans in your family. The 4th annual Raycom Media Camellia Bowl is back. Watch the best from the Sun Belt take on the challengers from the MAC. With ticket packages starting at just $20, it's the perfect holiday gift for the whole family. The Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, Saturday, December 16th at Grandin Bowl in Montgomery. Get your game day tickets now at CameliaBowl.com. History happens here.
The new Smokehouse Pizza from Little Caesars is our first pizza with 3 smoked meats. So we got barbecue champion Big Mo Quezon to test it out. 8-hour smoked brisket.
Certified beefified.
10-hour smoked pulled pork.
Certified hoggified.
Applewood smoked bacon.
Certified baconfied.
Drizzled with tangy barbecue sauce plus a Smokehouse seasoned crust.
Certified smokified.
The new Smokehouse Pizza. Only $9 and only at Little Caesars.
Pizza. Napa know-how.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how. Napa know-how.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Good morning and welcome to Today in LA and Bill Jackson Chevrolet's Picks of the Week, brought to you by Jim Jackson at Bill Jackson Chevrolet. Good to see you, my friend. See the USA in the Chevrolet, America's inviting you to drive. Is that right?
That was an old one. That was a long time ago.
Do you remember that great singer?
I don't remember who did it. I remember the jingle. There was a... And wasn't there baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet too?
That's right. Dinah Shore sang that song many years ago, and Bud from Luverne's probably doing that medley. We have found a superstar in the talk show business named Bud from Luverne.
Yeah, he's called in a few times.
He's very good and very talented. My son said, "Where'd you get that guy?" Yeah.
Thought you done gone out and hired somebody?
Yeah, yeah. But, of course, it is the first week of the bowl season. Jim ran away with the regular season contest.
I don't think I did last week. But
Jim, for winning that, you get a hot cup of coffee from McDonald's.
Unfortunately, I don't drink coffee, but somebody will.
No, you do win the prize, and it'll be coming to you soon. Dinner for Willie, a nice dinner certificate from B. Graves.
Ah, perfect.
On the square. Do you ever eat that much?
Actually, I think we made reservations yesterday for our manager's Christmas dinner there in a couple of weeks.
Well, I tell you what, their food is delicious. It's quality all the way. I'll tell you that right now. And of course, you like a good filet. They have a very good filet. And well, in fact, everything you order from there is very good. What's going on in the automobile business? Is it rushed this time of year?
We've been really busy. You know, I don't know if it's Christmas presents or people that have just been waiting, but yeah, it's been really hectic. We had one day, let's see, this is Thursday. I can't remember if it was early this week or late last week, but we had one day where we sold 3 Yukons and a Tahoe in the same day.
Oh, man.
One of the folks came from Louisiana. One came from Mississippi.
How was you able to save them so much money?
And I think one came from Florida, actually.
Yeah. How was you able to?
Online and found our prices.
Yeah. And that GMC is about to start. The body design is so good looking, it's about to outsell the Tahoe.
Well, for us, we have, but it's simply a matter of what you can get. I didn't get that many Tahoes, but I've sold.
Houston got all the Tahoes.
Yeah, after at the end of October, I sold more than twice as many Yukons as I had Tahoes.
Isn't that amazing?
But it was just the fact that I had them.
But of course, it's the same vehicle. It's just the body design. If you like that body design, every time I see your cohort's wife driving that black GMC, it makes me want one, man. That's a good-looking car.
It is.
No question about it. Of course, if you're interested in a Chevrolet car or truck, of course, from Chevrolet to Buick to GMC to Cadillac, ladies and gentlemen, no better deal anywhere than.
I was admiring the Christmas decorations and not paying attention, and I'm thinking, uh-oh, what's he left out?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, I told him, and he and I talked this morning, and they've already got us a Christmas background. All they do is match a button. You know, this is big time. No
we'll have that next time.
I know you, of course, Jim, has got to be excited, and be honest with me now. You were a little surprised that Alabama got it.
Not after Ohio State.
I know, but I was thinking that Ohio State was going to get that.
If Ohio State got beat last Saturday night, I made a couple of posts on Facebook. Once they got, once Ohio State beat, who they played? Wisconsin. Then, yeah, I mean, Alabama was as good as in.
Yeah, but you weren't worried about them, the high populated area. Yeah.
You know, there's what is it, 13 people sequestered in a room in Dallas for the entire weekend.
Sequestered.
So the talking heads, the media, and it was kind of funny. As you flip through on Saturday night, you go to Fox and watching some of the reactions on social media, but you go through the Fox channel at the halftime of the Ohio State Wisconsin game, and who was it?
3 Ohio State guys, I think.
Well, all of them are, there's no way you keep Ohio State out. And then everybody's, can you believe these dummies? And I'm like, that's who they work for, guys. Yeah. They work for the Big Ten. What do you expect?
But, the one guy that held out, though, and, of course, he wanted Ohio State in, but he kept saying, he said, hey, is Ohio State better than Alabama? But all, to me, they would have had to done what you just said, called Las Vegas up and said who would be the favorite to win a national championship, and they would have said Alabama.
And that was a telltale sign. Even during that week, before the championship games were played, Alabama, Oklahoma, and Clemson were tied as the favorites to win it all. Before the games were played last Saturday.
Exactly.
So assuming
did Georgia even deserve to be in there?
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, of course, they beat Auburn, but what I'm saying, are they that good? Is Georgia that good?
When you go back and look at the full body of work now that everything's over, Auburn was, and I've told you this before, Auburn is probably better than anybody in the country inside the confines of Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Oh, yeah, no question about it.
But they didn't win a big game outside the confines of Jordan-Hare Stadium.
You're right.
They go to Clemson and early in the year, but they still didn't play good. They played a good half at LSU.
That's right.
But then, due to coaching, they kind of folded in the second half. Of course, Kerryon Johnson had a lot to do last Saturday now, not being 100%. And totally different team, but it's when you got 2 equal teams like that, it's hard to beat the same team twice.
And another thing, too, you're exactly right. It's hard to beat the same team twice. And if they would have run that table, it would have been one of the greatest accomplishments maybe in college football history.
It would have been one of the toughest 4-week streaks I've ever seen anybody go through.
And got to that Final Four and won a national championship. It would have been the epic of all great achievements in sports. It would have been unbelievable.
There's no doubt. And if you don't think
think of the pressure on them.
Even with 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, if you don't think that emotion plays a part in that game.
Oh, yeah.
You go back and look, and their worst performance came against 2. Louisiana,
that's right.
Who was stuck in between all those games.
That's right.
And there's just no way to keep your players or your fan base at that level for an extended period of time.
No question about it. And, of course, it's over with now. But, again, the pressure, the unbelievable pressure was on Auburn in that situation.
No doubt.
Good morning. You're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Mike Amos, Bud, Lou Verne.
Bud from Lou Verne, and Bud, Jim Jackson and I were sitting here talking about you, man.
He's been talking about singing now, Bud.
Really?
Christmas carols or something.
Yeah. Bud, tell us about what's going on.
We have to line that up.
Hoover just killed.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, you know, Max Howell said, I said, who's going to win that game? He said, McGill Tulin. I said, what?
I thought so, too.
Tell us how that game went. I was trying to find it on TV and couldn't. Could you?
Yeah, I didn't get to see any of it, but I did find out early this morning that Tennessee's about to finalize the coaching job with Jeremy Pruitt, defensive coordinator at Alabama.
Do you think he's ready to be the head coach at Tennessee?
They offered it to him yesterday.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised at that. I thought with Farmer being the AD now that they would bring a little more to Kevin Steele, him being a graduate, and his resume probably a little better. But the thing he kept Steele back was his short tenure at Baylor. I think he got some bad vibes there from certain folks, and that may be why he's not getting looked at stronger at other places.
Was he ever a head coach?
Yeah, at Baylor University.
How long was he at Baylor?
I'm thinking maybe a year, maybe two.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing was
I didn't know that.
they talked about it all day yesterday was I forgot who they were playing, but they were winning the ball game, had the ball inside the 4-yard line with like 12 seconds, maybe less to go in the game. He wanted to score one more touchdown, fumbled it, and the opposing team run it 98 yards.
And lost the ball game.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of got a little rub with some of these folks.
No, I bet it did, no question about it.
And the other rumor that's floating around, if it comes to pass, then it shows you just how bad Tennessee wants to win in a hurry. But supposedly one of the hang-ups in the contract with Steele is that Tennessee also wants to pick their own offensive coordinator, and they want that off.
I heard that too, Mike. You know who they want.
They want to pick. Well, Fulmer wants Hugh Freeze, and he does not have a show cause.
Does he really?
He does. He's got a 2-game suspension coming from the SEC.
Yeah.
As a head coach, but he does not have a show cause or any suspension coming as an assistant.
Isn't that amazing? You know what? That would be the best thing that could have ever happened to Hugh Freeze's life if he could get that position.
Well, if he hadn't gone through what he'd gone through in the last year, he'd be the head coach in Tennessee.
But I figured with T. Martin playing under Fulmer and giving him his
championship,
being a Tennessee alum, I figured he would be top of the list on that.
Bud, you're exactly right. Right now, if I had my choice, I'd take him over. I don't think that what makes Jeremy Pruitt ready to be a head football coach in the SEC.
No, I think he's a good young coach, but I just don't think he's ready for a big-time program like Tennessee.
I don't
like
either.
Coach Mike Dubose at Alabama.
You know, I told Max Howell yesterday who they should get would be Peyton Manning.
No, Manning won't ever be a coach.
I know it, but you know what?
He had that kind of money.
I know it, but he's a competitor, though. You know, he
is and all that, but I think that would be a big mistake myself. Listen, if I was somebody like Tennessee, and I don't know why he's not getting his door knocked on, I'd be looking at somebody like Les Miles. Now, I'm telling you, Les Miles knows coaching.
Well, he won a lot of ball games.
Well, they contacted him a week ago. It just never went anywhere.
Yeah, I knew they had, but I'd still be pursuing Les Miles. And I would throw a glob of money back at David Cutcliffe at Duke, too, if I was Tennessee. But, you never know. You got to start off somewhere. But and like you and Mike said yesterday, Mike, I'm surprised that Bill Clark and Neil Brown hadn't looked at some of these, I wouldn't say bigger programs, but your less known programs like your state schools at Mississippi and Ole Miss, and I'm just surprised they hadn't got looked at. Of course, I'm glad Coach Brown hadn't left yet.
Me too. We're very fortunate right now.
I think he may be looking at that. I think he may be waiting on that Kentucky job to come over, because I don't know how much longer. Well, now at Kentucky, you ain't got a lot of pressure with Coach Stoops in football, so y'all know that.
Well, the one that'll really surprise me if they don't wind up with another job next year is Bill Clark. The job he's done has been phenomenal.
No question about it.
Listen, I want to change the subject just for a moment, and I get off the air. Today is a lot of people do not recognize. Of course, Mike, you, and Mr. Jackson will probably realize today is
when they bombed Pearl Harbor.
Birmingham Pearl Harbor, right? And I I grew up in an era where history was taught all that and recognized all that stuff. But we got a generation now that has no clue what all went on during World War II and Pearl Harbor. And if it wasn't for those folks and our military folks, not only then but now, we wouldn't have the privilege of doing what we do every morning. And I just wanted to recognize those, the military there for the bombing of Pearl Harbor. And I love your show, love talking to you. And we'll call you tomorrow. We're going to watch a little football today.
Well, all right, now, let me ask this. You can watch this on TV today on Bounce TV. What channel is that? 100 and something, isn't it?
Well, I've got it set on digital 12.2.
Yeah, we'll find out from Steve what channel it is before the day's over. Get it to everybody.
Exactly.
I think at one time here it might have been 101. At one time it might have been 51.
Exactly right.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, it'll be a good 2 days of high school football. And I'll give y'all a call next week.
Another thing about the Pearl Harbor deal, Bud, is I don't think we're far away from that not even being taught in our schools anymore the way we're headed.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. I don't know what the deal is. We're just going in the wrong direction at a really fast pace.
Wrong direction, everything, and I mean I coach a lot of young individuals and try to preach some of the past and let them be aware of what went on and what took place for us to be where we're at today. And I'm telling you something, Mike, that's really scaring me is this deal in North Korea and President Trump. I tell you, I don't think we're far from being.
We got to be real cool here, and we got to and we got to let. What we need to do right now is make sure that he doesn't always make the final. Make the initial call. We've got to have a group of people making that call. I hope before you bomb somebody.
I think it would have to be a retaliation. I don't think they'd instigate, but I think they've let that guy over there go way too far. Also.
No question.
Somebody's got to put a stop to him.
Right. You're absolutely right. Well, let me go give y'all a call tomorrow.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Okay, that's Bud from Luverne, and boy, he's added a lot to our show. He's very sports-minded, and we appreciate him very much. Of course,
and I look back, and Kevin Steele was head coach at Baylor, 99, 2000, 2001, and 2002.
Gosh, man. And so he was replaced by the coach who was fired this time.
Art Briles? Was he there that long?
I think so.
Was he there 15 years?
No, he wasn't there that long.
Okay, well, if Steele left in 02, this is 17, so Briles would have had to have been there 14, 15 years.
I don't think he was there that time.
I don't know the history on that, but.
Yeah. Okay, we're waiting for Mike Amos to call in from Birmingham this morning, and of course, Jim Jackson's on the show, and we were talking about the car business here at Christmas, and I always look at it like this, especially on people that trade in. If you're gonna have a car payment, why not have a car that same car payment on a new car?
Exactly.
I mean, if you think about it, you're gonna be making that payment anyway, so why don't you do it every year with a new car?
A lease, if you fit in the guidelines of a lease is still a really good program for somebody that's going to trade every 3 years.
Yeah.
If they don't drive over 15,000 miles a year.
Yeah.
That's the kicker to a lease.
Yeah. But, and of course, it's gone to 15,000. It used to be 12, wasn't it?
Well, now 15,000 has always been the normal. You can still do a 15,000 mile. You can do a low mile lease at 12, or you can do an ultra low mile at 10. And every time you can manage to fall in the confines of the low miles, it costs you less money.
Yeah, and then of course, however way you and your accountant look at it, you can deduct the cost of that.
Depending on. I don't get into the accounting part of people doing that have businesses.
Yeah, of course, y'all do a lot of what we call block type of deals. I mean, with companies, don't you?
What do you mean by?
I mean, do y'all have a lease type program?
Oh yeah, we have a lease type program, and then we've got probably 15 to 20 finance companies. You can walk in the door and do every bit of it there, and not have to worry about it.
Come on up, darling. Come on up. Have a seat. I'll bring her in just for a second. Just slide down.
I got it.
There's a chair. Just lift that chair up and slide it over there, honey.
History happens here. The 4th annual Raycom Media Camellia Bowl is back. Get your game day tickets now and register your business for the ultimate tailgate experience in corporate Tailgate Village at the Guardian Credit Union Fan Fest. Enjoy live music and family-friendly activities. Get your tickets now from CameliaBowl.com. The Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Saturday, December 16th at Grandin Bowl in Montgomery. History happens here.
Troy Cable is the leader in smart home security, giving you solutions to monitor, protect, and automate your home. Troy Cable Security keeps your property safe with 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency response. Control thermostats and lighting remotely, which allow options for saving energy and money. Control access to your home remotely with integrated controls for door locks. You can even add our smart home cameras, which allow you to see what you care about instantly. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Life is hectic enough without worrying if your lights will stay on or if there's hot water for your child's bath. So count on natural gas to keep the energy flowing, even when the weather is unpredictable. Natural gas is always there to keep your home warm, showers hot, and food cooked to perfection. That's why America has relied on safe and affordable natural gas for more than 150 years. And we will be here for you and future generations too. You can count on natural gas from Southeast Alabama Gas District.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Back to our show, and ladies and gentlemen, we've got one of my favorite people, Kim, with this morning to talk about the Salvation Army's bell ringing at Christmas. Tell us about it.
Well, it's that time of year. You know, our Red Kettle campaign is our biggest fundraiser. We use the funds that we get during this season all throughout the next year. All stays right here in Troy at our service center. So when you go by someone ringing a bell, please put some money in our red pots because we surely need it.
And I was telling Kim this morning that of all the places, great places to put a bell ringing service is at Sister's Restaurant. Miss King was doing it yesterday, and did that turn out to be a good idea?
Yes, it did.
Is that the first time y'all been there?
Yes. And you know, I've got new kettle coordinators this year, and that was her idea.
Yeah,
and
I don't think Pat and Geraldine have any problem with it.
No, I'm sure they don't.
And the next one we're gonna put at Bill Jackson Chevrolet.
That'll be fine. we don't have near as much walk in and walk out traffic as Sisters does, but
y'all probably have big bills in your pockets.
Some of the people that come in would.
Exactly right. Of course, Kim, tell us how things have been. Right now, there are bell ringers at both doors at Walmart. Is that right?
That's right. Monday through Saturday, we have ringers at Walmart from 9 to 5 or from 9 to 7 if we have volunteers. We also have ringers at the two Piggly Wigglies in Troy on Saturdays and at Walgreens on Saturdays if we have enough volunteers.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Brundage Piggly Wiggly, the Rotary Club over there in Brundage handles that for us.
Yeah. Okay,
so yes,
I won't give me an hour the week of Christmas, that week of Christmas, that Monday or whatever. Give me an hour at least during that period.
Okay.
I enjoyed
got you on my list.
Out at Walmart, and of course
you're only gonna do a whole hour.
Well, that's pretty lot especially when it's cold.
Are they gonna have anywhere for you to sit, or?
Yeah, they do that. They have everything to sit, every room to sit down and so forth. And Kim, y'all do a wonderful job. The great thing about Salvation Army is what is collected here in Pike County is used here in Pike County.
So it stays here.
Yes.
Absolutely. Right here at Christmas, of course, some people can't, provide Christmas gifts and clothing that they want to purchase for their children or their family for Christmas. And this is pretty much what you'll be doing.
Well, we can also do what we call the Angel Tree program, where we have children on an angel tree and people adopt a child and get their Christmas. So we have about 100 children. The toys are starting to come in. We give them out on the 16th to the parents.
Okay, now tell us about toys. They like new or new, is that right?
Well, we prefer for the angel tree, we prefer new.
Okay, so
clothes and toys. We have their clothing sizes.
Yeah.
For coats, shoes, you know,
exactly.
pajamas, things that they need.
You'll have a lot of people needing coats today, and you'll have people wanting coats today, won't you?
That is true.
No question about it. And Jim, the Salvation Army, I know you over the years, you and your dad at Bill Jackson Chevrolet have been conscious of the people and the needy at Christmas, and this is a good program, isn't it?
Yeah, we've done several different things. We've been the toy collection point several times. We've done some stuff through the Boys and Girls Club several times.
I know, that's great.
Try to do something a little different each year.
Yeah. And of course, think about the people that need are needy. You know, we have everything we need, but there's a lot of people that if they had a little doll for a kid would mean everything to that child for Christmas.
Exactly.
And sometimes that might be all they get.
Well, these kids they go through an application process. So
yeah.
They are needy, and what our Angel Tree program provides is usually all they get for Christmas.
All right, a Christmas dinner. How would you go about maybe trying to help a underprivileged family have a good Christmas dinner?
Okay, we are a small center. I don't have a facility to cook meals, but we do Thanksgiving and Christmas boxes.
Yes.
Which we put in there everything they need to prepare a holiday meal.
Yeah.
We either put a turkey or a ham, cranberry sauce, stuffing, green
Wonderful.
beans, yams, fruit cake. It's everything they need to make a holiday meal.
Yeah, well, that is awesome. Wonderful. And if you wanted to throw in a cake or a pie or something, you could. I mean,
our bag of candy, Christmas candy.
So this time of year, edible things like that are important. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. This time of the year is when we get most of our donations for our food bank.
Yeah,
actually.
Exactly. Right here at the end of the year, if you're going to, a lot of people look for programs to give to. I promise you can't go wrong with the Salvation Army. And again, we appreciate you so much.
Well, let me say this.
They do great things.
Thank you. We do need bell ringers. If you're interested, please give us a call. I left the information with Mike. We still have slots available. And like I said, this is our biggest fundraiser. It's very important to our operations. Our pots have been slim this year. I know everybody's been hit with so many disasters this year, but please, if you go buy a pot, please drop some in.
Yeah. Well, of course, Kim is the executive director of the Salvation Army and has done just a super job. Of course, you can contact Kim May today at this number here. Great guy he is, and I saw him at the Christmas parade the other day, and he was dressed like an elf, and that's what he said. That's what I am this time of year, you know.
Well, see, I was in the middle of the square. I saw Tamara, but I didn't ever see.
Isn't it wonderful that they have donated their services to the Salvation Army this Christmas? And of course, we appreciate it. Anything you need from Bill Jackson Chevrolet, I'm sure.
A large check.
No doubt.
A large check made out to the Salvation Army.
No question about it.
That's
no
exactly
question
right.
about it. And of course, I know they're going to give. No question. And
it is tax deductible.
Exactly. And of course, a check would be awfully nice. Now, how about cash? Do you take cash?
I take cash too.
So they will take cash. And of course, now the only place
we don't turn down much of anything.
So right now, how many locations for the kettle?
We have Walmart, Piggly Wiggly North 3 Notch, Piggly Wiggly 231, Walgreens.
Okay.
We have Piggly Wiggly in Brundage. We are at Walmart in Eufaula. And we are at Ramey's and Food Depot in Luverne.
And how about Sisters?
And Sisters.
Does
and
that all fall under your territory? You fall
I
all
have
the way
4
to Luverne?
counties.
Wow.
I have Pike, Barbara, Bullock, and Crenshaw.
Yeah. So this is a huge thing. And if you want to give an hour of your time or 2 hours of your time, call this number again, 1069 say, yes, I want to be there for this time period. Can you fit me in there? And I promise you, you'll do what you can, won't you?
Absolutely. And we have had, thanks to Mama Go-Word, because we've had kettles there during the lunch
Exactly.
time, like from 11 to 1.
Oh, exactly right.
Well, we have volunteers. You know, we have the people to
And
do
it would be so easy to just stop and run in and said, here's a check made out to the Salvation Army for Christmas, and leave it with them, and they would appreciate it very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Kim May,
Thank
this
you.
morning, and of course we appreciate all her efforts here during the holiday season. And remember, you can be a part of this. Just call her today again at 808-1069, 808-1069, and say, I want to volunteer. Or do even more than that, drop them a check made out to the Salvation Army. And remember, that money is spent here in Pike County. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. And we're starting. We got Mike Amos on the line from Birmingham, and our bowl picks start today. We'll be right back.
Get the ultimate early holiday gift for the football fans in your family. The fourth annual Raycom Media Camellia Bowl is back. Watch the best from the Sun Belt take on the challengers from the MAC. With ticket packages starting at just $20, it's the perfect holiday gift for the whole family. The Raycom Media Camellia Bowl, Saturday, December 16th at Grandin Bowl in Montgomery. Get your game day tickets now at CameliaBowl.com. History happens here.
Troy Cable is the leader in smart home security, giving you solutions to monitor, protect, and automate your home. Troy Cable Security keeps your property safe with 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency response. Control thermostats and lighting remotely, which allow options for saving energy and money. Control access to your home remotely with integrated controls for door locks. You can even add our smart home cameras, which allow you to see what you care about instantly. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Come into Road Mart locations near you for the Firestone Summer Sale, like this Firestone Firehawk Indy 500 Series. Impressive handling in wet and dry conditions. Or the Destination LE2 Series gives your truck or SUV come into the road with comfort. And the Firestone Champion with Fuel Fighter technology. Purchase 4 eligible tires and receive a $60 prepaid Visa card. It gets better. If you pay with a new or existing CFNA credit card, get an additional $30 rebate. Now at Road Mart locations near you.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance.
Back to our show, brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet on the bypass right here in Troy. And have you, on your sign, do you have congrats, or what do you have?
You know, I'm not sure. We're actually changing that sign. I spoke with the guy a couple of days ago. And, you know, I've got the digital board on that you see from the northbound lane, and we're fixing to go to a double-sided and put one of those on the southbound lane also, which makes it so much easier to change. You know, I can sit at the desk and put something on there and have it out there in 10 seconds.
Well, I like what y'all do. Y'all, each week they say beat so-and-so, or and then, of course, they just won a part of the Sun Belt Conference Championship, which is a great honor. And now we're getting ready to go to a bowl game in New Orleans. And, man, I've never had so many phone calls in my life.
Game of the season, so Troy's going to get it started.
Yeah, no question about it. Mike, you pulled it off last week. You went 11-2 to win, and Jim and I both were 9-4 apiece. So
I knew I didn't have a good
that's how we
week.
did. But Mike pulled it off.
We all took Goshen, and everybody lost that. I know that.
I know it. But I will tell you this: that Jim wins the regular season, and now we start the bowl season, and we've got the same kind of deal set up for it. So. Jim, we don't want him to win both of them, Mike, if we can help it.
That would be nice.
We don't want him to win both of them if we can help it. Okay.
I've been trying to battle these babies most mornings. I don't think my brain's been very good this year.
Well, I understand.
It makes a difference, I promise.
Mike Hoover killed McGill Tulane last night, 48-20.
Yeah, I saw all the Auburn coaching staff there on the sidelines. I didn't go to the game, but I saw it on TV last night. Malvon and Lindsey.
Well, there's a lot of great players out there. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, Hoover's got a couple of good wide receivers that a lot of people are looking at. They're, I think, juniors. And, you know, Hoover plays such a tough schedule. I mean, they played IMGs, a couple other good schools out of Georgia and Mississippi. And, I mean, they're just, you know, a little bit above everybody else in the state when it comes to 7A football.
Who is their quarterback? It's usually a well-known name, isn't it?
This year it was a young guy. God, I was trying to look at his name last night. I can't remember. I have to look and see. But I mean, Nibbled, I don't know how many state championships this is. You know, a lot of people keep on saying that Nibbled eventually will get into college.
What is holding him back, Mike?
I don't know. I really don't. I feel like he would already try to do it by now. Especially when you're looking at guys that Hoover, as you know, Jeremy Pruitt, that might be the Tennessee coach today, was the defensive coordinator.
I know it.
Russ Proach from 2004 to 2005.
Exactly. Yeah.
Chip
Lindsey, I'm glad you did. Chip Lindsey. Now, who's going to get that South Alabama job, Mike? Do you have any idea?
He's the top choice, is what I'd heard, but I don't know if they can pay him enough.
Yeah.
He's probably looking for $1 million or all.
I know it. You're right. Because now
the big thing, I mean, Jim and I know are concerned about is what's Pruitt going to do? Is he going to go ahead and go to immediately due to recruiting issues, or is he going to try to stick it out like Lane Kiffin did and Kirby did? Well, I guess Lane Kiffin did it for one game. What do you think's going to happen there, Jim?
You know, I don't really know. I think this will be the 4th year in a row that Alabama's been in the playoffs and dealing with the departing coordinator. And that's not even counting, what was it, the LSU or the Notre Dame game that McElwain worked through before he went to Colorado State.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is the last, or 5 out of the last 6 years when Alabama's been in the running, they've had to deal with losing one of their key coaches, a coordinator on one side or the other.
That's what a lot of people are saying, that Philip Fulmer hates Alabama so much he wanted to take their defense coordinator away before they had a chance to win the national championship. I really.
But nobody anywhere has had more success against Alabama than Phil Fulmer did.
And I did read last night where there's been another backlash from the Tennessee people with with T. Martin and Kevin Steele and even Brent Venables on that list, and with the tie-ins that T. Martin and Kevin Steele had with Tennessee, a lot of them are not happy that they've decided to go the Kirby Smart route. They were pushing hard for one of the other two. And then the Hugh Freeze tie-in there is just blows my mind.
Mine too. I would have thought
they already got a Saban disciple one time, and they got Derek Dooley, so that didn't work out. Maybe they're thinking the Saban tree's not always that great, but.
Well, word is that
this year has been pretty good.
And I think that may be one of the reasons that they haven't already announced is, Fulmer's trying to dictate that Pruitt hire Hugh Freeze as the offensive coordinator.
Yeah. And then our guy with Duke, is he too old to do the job or what?
Apparently he just is happy at Duke and doesn't want to deal with the hassle.
Yeah, Cutcliffe, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I think he's happy.
But
if they wanted Cutcliffe, all they'd have to do is get Peyton Manning on the phone, and he would have him there immediately if Cutcliffe really wanted it.
I would think so, no question about it. All right, let's get started, Mike. Of course, Bill Jackson's Chevrolet's Picks of the Week, brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, and Cadillac on the back. Those Cadillacs, especially the big one,
Escalade.
The Escalade. Those things are hard to get, aren't they?
Well, I finally got one in and have, I think, one more due in. And
have you already got it sold?
And, well, we've got a guy at Montgomery that's been waiting on it to come in to take a look at it. So, we'll try to get in touch with him and let him know it's here and get him down here in the next day or two.
But now, a lot of people go to your internet. Now, what can you offer somebody that the dealer, other dealers can't offer them?
It
just because you got the car, or
just
what?
Depends on how you're pricing things.
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of different ways, a lot of different approaches that people take to internet pricing.
Yeah.
The main thing you don't want to do is put a price out there, and then when somebody gets here, of course, you usually converse with them before they get here. But the worst thing you can do is put a price out there, and then when they get here and they say, well, you say, oh, you don't qualify for this or that, so it's $3,000 higher. You know, you want to make sure everything's accurate.
Yeah. So you're the sort of the computer guru, is that right?
No, I don't do that. My sales manager does that. And,
what, Tony Hudson?
No, Keith.
Keith, okay.
Yeah.
So what is that like at the end of the year when you're trying to get rid of like 2017s, bringing in the new 2018s? Is that what?
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
You know, that's funny. Our Buick GMC rep sent out an email yesterday with, I think, 5 options of what they were trying to push nationally for the rest of the year, and they were going to highlight the 2017 Sierra Denali's and the 2017 Buick Enclaves. Were going to be the 2 big deals.
Yeah.
And I emailed him right back, and I said, Clay, I said, I hate to tell you this. I said, but I don't have any 2017 Denali's. I've already sold out. And I don't have any 2017 Enclaves I've already sold out.
And the Enclave,
all I've got is 18. So
the Enclave, the Buick Enclave might be the best looking vehicle on the road.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they did, the Buick did a better job of designing their vehicles than anybody I know.
And there's two dealers in our LMA group, the other one being in Montgomery. So I called him. And he has 1 Sierra Denali and no Enclaves. So they were fixing to pump, you know, several $1,000s in here to advertise vehicles that neither one of us have.
Do we go all the way back with what happened in Texas? Has that had an effect on the entire car industry?
Well, I know it did with GM, because GM took, I think it was the last week of November and the first 2 weeks of December. See, when I order a vehicle now, I know it's going to be built like the week of January the 15th.
Yeah.
Or the week of January the 22nd. I don't know that those days are accurate, but they tell us, you know, the week that production is scheduled. Well, they took the last week of November and the first 2 weeks of December and took about 75% of the vehicles that were scheduled to be produced and pushed them back into January, and then fill those 3 weeks with vehicles to go to Texas. Exactly. So they're still addressing that concern out there.
So they're getting
and it's trickled down all around the country.
So it's hard, and it's a shame to know you got a buyer, but you can't get the vehicle.
Well, and in that instance, for us, I don't think they mess with the sold orders, because you have different ways you order vehicles. And if you order one sold, they're not going to push the production date back. It's all the stuff that's ordered just for stock that they'll move back to fill in for the dealers out there.
So you still got a lot of deals out there, right here on the bypass, right here in Troy at Bill Jackson Chevrolet. Let's get started. Mike, and let's go with. We'll start with Army Navy this weekend in Philadelphia. And Mike, how many times can you ever remember that Army, I believe, is a favorite in this football game? No, Navy's the favorite.
Navy's favored by 3.
Navy's the favorite by 3. I knew that couldn't be true.
Army won last year, and you know, Army's actually played a couple teams this year and won and didn't even throw a pass. I know they beat Air Force, didn't throw a pass. I'm going to go Army again.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Navy.
You know, Army, I don't know why. Ever since I was a little boy, I've always favored Army. You know how you were a Yankee fan and you wanted them to beat Brooklyn or wanted them to beat Los Angeles or whatever? I'm an Army fan when they played Navy, sort of like a Yankee fan. And I've always wanted Army to win. And of course, Navy wins most of the time. I'm going to take Army. I think Army's going to win the game. And we're starting a new contest now. This is the one that will be for another meal at B. Graves on the square in downtown Troy. Jim's already taking orders and on his win the overall winner of the regular season. But this is a new season.
I'm actually driving today to lunch somewhere, so I'll see you later.
Well, great. All right, here we go. Troy versus North Texas, and that game will be played in New Orleans. It's a kickoff it's actually a noon kickoff.
It's the showdown at high noon is what they call it.
Yeah, the showdown at high noon, and Troy goes up against North Texas. And did it surprise you that North Texas came into the picture, Mike?
I mean, I knew we played a Conference USA team. I didn't realize they played the Olympic championship game. So, it's a tough matchup. Florida Atlantic and Lane Kiffin destroyed them.
Yeah.
This was the home game, though, in Boca Raton last weekend, and they finished 9-4. I mean, they beat UAB early in the season, 49-45. They got a really high-powered offense, but I mean, Troy's defense is considered one of the best in the country. It's definitely the best in the Sun Belt. And most points Troy's given up all year is 25 points against Arkansas State. So I think it's a good matchup for Troy if they stay focused. Of course, New Orleans, you got a lot of distractions, a lot of stuff going on down there. But if they come out and play the way they play down the stretch, I think they'll win. Are we giving a score on this?
Yeah, let's do.
I'm going to say Troy wins the game 38-27.
38-27 over North Texas, and this game be played in the Super Bowl or the Superdome, and it's a game that's sponsored by
R&L Carriers.
Yeah, well, no, it says right here. It says location's going to be in the
that's been R&R Carriers for years.
R&R Carriers, and who do you like, Jim?
I like Troy.
Okay, so
we're picking a score though.
Yeah.
Let's do 31-20.
All right, you wrote down his score, didn't you? 38-27.
38-27.
Okay, I'm gonna say Troy 45-21. Troy 45-21. Take Troy. Of course, that's gonna be everybody is buying tickets right now at the ticket office, and you need to go by there. The main ticket office is located in the Trojan Arena. They had to move it over there because of the construction, but or you can call them today at 670-3681. I think that's it. 3681 is one of the easy ways you can get it and call and get your tickets. You can go ahead and pay for them there, and they'll have your tickets either first thing next week from the Monday or Tuesday next week from the ticket office, or they'll have it. You'll be able to pick it up at will call at the hotel or at the stadium. Next on game day. So they'll let you know how. Give you several different ways to pick up your tickets. Okay. Everybody takes Troy to beat North Texas in the New Orleans Bowl. The second bowl of the day is the Cure Bowl out of Orlando, Florida, and it pits Western Kentucky against Georgia State. And Mike, I'm a little bit embarrassed about Georgia State being there, aren't you?
Well, I mean, they've had some issues down the stretch, but I mean, they got enough wins to get into a bowl game. So, I mean, I guess they deserve it. Sorry, I got babies crying in the background.
Well, I'll tell you this. They've got possibilities, Jim, of building a heck of a program. With that new stadium and located right there in Atlanta. There's a lot of players in that area. They get the right guy in that position, they can do some big things. All right, Jim, who do you like?
I'm going to take Western Kentucky.
And all these games here are being played on the 16th of December. So, all right, I'm going to take Western Kentucky. Mike, who do you like?
I'll take Western Kentucky.
Okay. Mike, all of us took Western Kentucky. The next one is from this game will actually be played in Las Vegas. And this is the game between Boise State and Oregon. And it should be a pretty good matchup here. Oregon just lost their coach to Florida State. Mike, quickly tell us about Willie Taggart, the coach at Oregon that is now going to be the head coach at Florida State. Of course, he's the one that turned Western Kentucky's program around, isn't he? Michael?
He's gone. I guess they hung up on him.
Okay.
Probably hit the phone.
Yeah, somebody hit the phone, so he'll call in, hopefully.
One of the babies.
Yeah.
But I like Boise State in this game.
I like Boise. Well, I don't know. This is sort of it's a neutral field. I'm going to take Oregon.
I'm going to take Boise.
But now this is not a good situation as far as their coaches leaving, and of course they've got to hire a guy. And
there are going to be a lot of coachless teams in the bowl games.
I know it will be, no question about it. Waiting for Mike Amos to come back on, and we'll just move on, and we'll catch up with him. The next.
Yeah, he's one of his babies probably.
Yeah, somebody did. Yeah, I hope he knows he can get right back on. Of course, the next bowl game. Of course, this gives us some information. Of course, Troy's game starts at noon. The Cure Bowl starts at 2:30, and then starting at 3:30 is the New Mexico Bowl featuring Marshall and Colorado State, and I thought they would have some records here. I've got them right
Colorado
here.
State's a 5.5 point. Actually, I do have them.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
here.
I've got them
too. Give it to
somewhere if I can find them.
Put my glasses on.
So we'll know the records of these teams, and they did everything but put the records down. Now I've got it.
Marshall 7-5, Colorado State 7-5.
Okay, yeah. All right. I like in this game. I'm going to take Colorado State.
As am I.
All right, Jim's going to take Colorado State. And Michael surely will be back on here with us in a minute.
We'll get him in a minute.
Now I'm looking for my...
Middle Tennessee 6-6 and Arkansas State 7-4. I think they had that one canceled game with either, who was it, Miami or Florida, that they couldn't get rescheduled.
Which one?
Arkansas
State. That's right.
Miami,
it was with Miami, yeah.
That's right.
And,
so they've only got 11 games.
Exactly.
And Arkansas State's a 3.5 point favorite.
Exactly.
A lot of bowl games out there match up Sun Belt and Conference USA, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. No question about it. And
I'm going to take Arkansas State in this game.
Here it is. I'm looking around for the deal I had, and now I can't even find it. So, here we go. All right, I took Colorado State. And
Arkansas State,
nobody's
Middle
going to take Marshall. Okay, so that brings up Arkansas State and Middle Tennessee. I was pretty impressed with Arkansas State. They gained over 600 yards against Troy, but Troy found a way to win. You scored 2 special teams. Well, not
that's what I did. Based on what I saw in that game, if of course all plays count, but without the interception return and the kickoff return, then Arkansas State's probably in control of that football game.
No question about it. And of course, Troy made it happen, and it was just
outstanding job.
In this game, Middle Tennessee and Arkansas State, I'm gonna go with the Sun Belt here. I'm gonna take Arkansas State.
As did I.
Of course, they played pretty hard-nosed defense, and like I said, the game before Troy beat them. They scored 67 points against La Monroe. I think it was La Monroe. No, was it La Monroe?
I can tell you. We're talking about Arkansas State?
Yeah, Arkansas State.
Let me go back here and take a look.
Trying to think, it was Louisiana Lafayette or La Monroe. It's hard to keep up with those correctional schools. But right now I would take Arkansas State. I'm looking and waiting for Mike Amos to come back through, guys. So we're waiting for his call, and I need a little bit more coffee down here.
They beat Louisiana Monroe 67-50.
Yeah, 67-50, so they can score. But this will be a real high-scoring game. But I'll take Arkansas State, and we'll catch up with Michael in just a few moments. And, of course, that game...
We'll get him caught up.
That game is actually called the Camellia Bowl from Montgomery. And, of course, Johnny Williams does a great job of that. Let's see if we can catch Johnny real quick. And hopefully we can catch Johnny Williams here. He's the executive director of the Camellia Bowl, does a great job. And I know he's elated over getting those 2 premium teams. Good draws from both those areas, don't you think?
Yeah, no doubt.
Mike. Good morning, Johnny Williams. And Mike Amos calling from Today in L.A. I'm with Jim Jackson, Johnny, a guy you know real well. Of course, Johnny Williams, the executive director of the Camellia Bowl. And, Johnny, we were just talking, boy, you got two good teams coming to your bowl game.
Yeah, we are pleased. We've got, of course, a former Sun Belt rivalry back, Middle Tennessee and Arkansas State. So we've got we think, a really good game potentially out of these two.
No question about it. And like you said, you know a lot about not only the coaches that are coming in here, but the fan base, a good fan base for both of these teams.
Well, when you put a bowl together, you try to pick teams that hopefully will give the fans a chance to participate. Middle Tennessee, their last two bowls were the Bahamas and the Hawaii Bowls. Their fans were.
Yeah, those are two pretty good bowls.
Yeah, they are two pretty good bowls, but it's difficult travel is what he's saying.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, I talk about the fans. I'm not talking about
That's exactly right.
And also, you know, it just makes for a better game when you have a chance for the fans to be there. And so that's why we were able, of course, ESPN being having ownership of this game, and they currently have contracts with all 10 of the FBS conferences, and they were able to get the two commissioners, the MAC and the Conference USA, to agree to swap spots in bowls, and when we were able then to pick Middle Tennessee to come to Montgomery in lieu of a MAC team.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I tell you what, I thought it was a good move on your part because these are two traditional programs. They all have great bands they'll be bringing with them. Of course, Arkansas State clobbered Central Florida last year in the bowl game by 3 touchdowns, and Central Florida came back, went undefeated this year. So that'll tell you a little bit about Arkansas State. Of course, they've been a nemesis to Troy all these years, and Troy was very fortunate to have won that game last weekend.
No, Arkansas State has a prolific offense, one of the top offenses in the country, averaging well over 500 yards a game.
Yeah.
You know, and they get in streaks. When they get rolling like this, you know, they're really something to see. And, like, you know, they've had a great bit of what won the conference, Sun Belt 5 out of the last 6 years. You know, just a traditional power. And, you know, their fan base has traveled well. I mean, they went to the Mobile Bowl 4 years in a row. And I asked the director of the Mobile Bowl, I said, why did you keep picking? He said, because the fans kept coming. So he was excited about them. So this will be their first trip to Montgomery, but
have ticket sales already been good, Johnny? Are ticket sales going good?
Yeah, they're going good. I was just going to say, you go to CameliaBowl.com and look at all the ticket options, but hotel rooms are already getting very scarce here in Montgomery. So that's really exciting for the community to have.
Yeah.
You know, up between 10 and 15,000 people come from out of town, but they got to eat all their meals, buy the gas, stay in the hotel. So it's going to be hopefully a great shot in the arm economic impact. So everybody's a winner here.
Yeah. Well, one thing we do want to mention, of course, you know, Troy plays at noon. It give you plenty of time to get up and see this game, too. I can see a lot of Troy people that don't make the trip to New Orleans going to your game after that night.
Is this a night game?
7 o'clock kickoff.
Oh, perfect. Prime time.
Prime game.
Prime time game, and who will be carrying that? ESPN?
ESPN. We're ESPN at 7 o'clock, and so we're excited about that time slot, being able to have the featured game of the day, and that's just congratulations to the community around Montgomery, the River Region, for supporting this bowl the last 3 years to get us in that situation because, you know, they television, they place these bowls where they want them to be, so that's positive for us to have the prime time spot.
Yeah. Well, Johnny, we appreciate your time this morning. I know you keep up with Troy because you were a long-time athletic director at Troy. I know you're proud of the season they had.
Well, I keep up with it because of my current job. I mean, we were
I know,
in our game, and we came very close this year. But, hey, good luck to the Trojans, and congratulations on the Sun Belt Championship. And I just hope we keep number 8 around for 4 years.
No doubt. That freshman.
They returned the kick, you returned the
I know.
Interception.
I know.
Johnny, let me ask you a question about timing. I know you get to talk to some of these people. The two New Year's Day games the two semifinals.
Right,
The timing of those games, you know, California is 2 hours behind us, or 2 hours behind New Orleans, yet California is still the day game.
Yeah,
it seems like it would have made more sense to play the Sugar Bowl at like 4 and then that game at like 7:30, but they do it the other way.
But here's the issue. When the new playoff structure was put in place, there was a 10-year agreement, but to get the Rose Bowl involved, the Rose Bowl refused to change any of their criteria around their bowl.
Wow.
They had their parade that morning, and they want those people to parade, be able to walk and go to that football game that starts in the middle of the afternoon for them. And that's what that's all about. Now, they were able to get them to agree not to necessarily have to have the Big Ten and the Pac 10. So we do get a chance to put other teams in it, and they are a part of it. But their game will always be on January 1st, and it will always, be the afternoon game. We'll have to move around that every year.
Right, like this year where you're going to have Georgia and Oklahoma. I wonder during the playoff years, I wonder if they gave a lot of thought to the fact that they could have two teams from the East Coast.
Yeah.
No, they do. Well, but still, it's the pageantry around that parade.
Right.
Yeah.
What it does for that community and have that game. You wouldn't want to have a parade in downtown Troy that morning and not have a game till 7 or 8 o'clock that night.
That's right. Well, it's also one of the it's probably one of the highest rated television shows of the year every year too, isn't it?
Well, not only that, it's not the highest. It's one of the highest rated events. Period. That game generated about $70 million.
Oh man.
About 15 to 18 million. It's a $70 million contract and what they put out. So it's incredible the financial support that the Rose Bowl. That's why they call it the granddaddy of them all. Really, literally, they just generate so much wealth, which gives them all that power to dictate when they're going to play and how they're going to operate.
Now, Johnny, of course, Johnny Williams, the executive director of the Camellia Bowl. Yeah, of course, you work for ESPN, and ESPN has how many of these bowl games?
14 of the 39 bowls are owned by ESPN.
Well, gosh, that's not as many as it used to be, is it?
Well, no, but they televise. No, that's what they own.
Oh, I got you.
And they televise 36 of them.
Oh, 36 of them.
You've got Fox that does the Cotton Bowl, and you've got CBS that does the Sun Bowl and the Cure Bowl, and all the other bowls are on ESPN.
Yeah, but
ABC.
Of course, this is how they make their living right here, isn't it? One of the main things.
Well, college football continues just to set records about the revenue potential and what it brings, ability to bring people to a television screen. So, yeah, college football outside of the NFL is the number one sporting event in the United States as far as for ratings and corporate sponsorship.
Okay, when do your teams come to Montgomery? When do your teams get here?
They'll both arrive next Tuesday afternoon, and we'll entertain them all week. We've got our luncheon next Friday. Luncheon at the Alabama Football Legends, presented by Regions Bank, where we're going to honor Coach Gene Stallings.
You'd like to go to that, I'm sure, wouldn't you?
That'd be pretty cool.
You and your dad both, probably, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's going to be a great day for Coach Stallings. We're going to salute him for his contribution to college football in the state of Alabama.
Johnny, that right there is one of the great things that's happened during this bowl time of the year. That is a wonderful thing you're doing for him.
Oh, well, actually, this award, we established it when we started the bowl game. Then the criteria, you either had to play, coach, or be born in the state of Alabama and have a significant impact on college football. Our first recipient was Bobby Bowden.
That's right.
Our second recipient was Pat Dye. And then last year we honored Woodrow Lowe, legendary player from Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly.
This year we honored Coach Gene Stallings. So you just think of all the people that's still in front of us, and we're going to get to salute and thank them for what they've done for college football in our state, because we realize here in Montgomery that football is a thriving industry in our state. It's one of the top 10 industries in our state.
No question about it.
I mean, it's the wealth and money transfers from Little League to the college ranks. It's phenomenal. It's time to salute that sport. I try to keep it strong.
Johnny, when will your parade be?
It's the 15th. It's the night before the bowl. Starts at 6:15. We'll have pep rallies downtown by its riverfront for both teams, and then all their bands, cheerleaders, mascots. Yeah. Last year we had over 130 units in the Christmas parade. It'll start at the Capitol and go down Dexter down towards the river. So it's a great evening of pageantry around our game, and thankful for the city of Montgomery for moving their Christmas parade from the first weekend in December. So now it's always the night before the bowl game.
I tell you what, this is a great venue for a bowl game. The hotel and the restaurants are being built every day down there, it seems like. Montgomery is really, really into this football deal, aren't they?
Well, currently there's 7 new hotels under construction in Montgomery.
And that's something.
7 new hotels.
And we need at least 1 or 2 on built here in Troy. We're running out of space.
Yeah, and they get 2 new hotels downtown Montgomery. We get a State Bridge Suite, opens up next year, and also a Spring Hill Suite.
Okay. Well, Johnny, it's a pleasure to talk to you, and of course you'll have some things going on Wednesday and Thursday. Is that right?
We do. We have functions for the team every day, and then we'll have fans. Guardian Fan Fest will start at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon before the game. It's Patterson Field. Getting music, food, fellowship, got big, huge alumni tents. Matter of fact, each school has already ordered an alumni tent for up to 1,000 alumni per school. So we're really excited about their,
I think you got 2 great teams that are going to bring a lot of people. It's both these programs are proud programs, and hey, you got a good one, Johnny. No question about it. You did it again, my friend.
Hey, man, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Let's keep driving.
All right, thank you so much here. We appreciate it. We'll be talking to you later here. Johnny Williams with the Camellia Bowl. I had to get that in.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Of course, very good friends of ours. And Johnny, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the executive director of the Camellia Bowl, which their game comes on at 7 o'clock East Central Time on ESPN prime time. And then, of course, Troy opens theirs up at 12 noon. And of course, Mike Amos. Mike, we had to call in to Johnny Williams, and I didn't want to lose you or him, but I ended up losing you, and I'm sorry.
So now we got 21. Now we got 21 games in 20 minutes.
All right, Mike.
I called back about 10 minutes ago.
I know
you did. He couldn't get off.
All right, now where did he end up?
Boise State.
Oregon, Boise.
Yeah, Oregon, Boise.
All right, who do you like there?
I'll take Oregon.
All right, Colorado State, Marshall.
I'll take Colorado State.
Arkansas State, Middle Tennessee.
Ark State.
Okay, Akron, Florida Atlantic. We all start back here.
What a horrible matchup.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Florida
You're
Atlantic.
About Terry Bowden, Mike.
Florida Atlantic's only a 22.5 point favorite.
Yeah, the line started at 17. It's already gone to 22.5. Akron got killed by Toledo.
Yeah.
The championship game. I'll take Florida Atlantic.
But you know what? You think about the job that he had done with that Florida Atlantic program.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you,
he's done a great job.
I
don't know why Oregon wouldn't go after Kiffin.
I know it. What I'm saying.
To live on the West Coast.
You're right, and let me tell you this: his brand has grown. Don't you agree?
I'm gonna tell you something.
I'll be honest. I like Kiffin.
He's done a good job in some interviews this year.
Well,
he's grown up.
He never did get to talk at Alabama. Saban don't let it.
Well, there was a reason for that now. He did get to talk at Tennessee and USC, and that's why he didn't get to talk at Alabama.
Yeah. But you're right, Mike. He'd be perfect for that Oregon job, no question. Okay, La Tech against SMU, and the head coach at SMU is going to get the Arkansas job.
He's already got it.
Already got it.
I know it, but can y'all believe that? Is he ready to do that?
Well, he's I think I saw it 8-22 as a head coach or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, why do they
or
go?
Maybe 14-22 or.
All right, La Tech 6-6 and SMU 7-5. I'm gonna pick the upset here. I'm gonna take SMU to beat La Tech.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the same way with the coach. I would imagine Morris is going straight to Arkansas. I'm gonna say La Tech and Skip Holtz.
You took SMU, right?
I took SMU, yeah.
Yeah, they're a 5-point favorite, actually.
Oh, are they?
But
okay.
Yeah, but I'm taking Louisiana Tech.
Okay. All right, the next one, that was the Frisco Bowl located in Texas. Let me.
It'd be a lot more fun if it was in San Francisco.
I didn't do all of the bowl games. I did not do all of
Ohio,
them.
UAB.
All right, here we go. Ohio, UAB. I'm going to take UAB. And you know what? What a bowl game. It's in the Bahamas. Hey, I wouldn't mind going to that bowl game, would you?
I'm going to take Ohio. They're a 7.5-point favorite.
If UAB doesn't take 10,000 people with them, they're not
they don't have 10,000 people at some of their home games now.
No, they got better, man. They actually had 45 at the first game.
Yeah, that was a good thing.
They averaged around 28,000 this year. I'm proud of UAB. I'm proud of these kids and Coach Clark. Living here in Birmingham, you got to pull for them after what happened. Chuck Dunn's a good friend of mine that was on that staff, and of course, he's down in Arrington now. But he tells stories about what happened, and it's still just amazing how they've turned that around so quickly at UAB. I can't pick against UAB. I tell you what, there's something about Coach Clark and that team. I'm going to take UAB to win it.
Okay, the next one, we skipped the Idaho. We skipped this one, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Central Michigan and Wyoming. I skipped that one. But I did take the Birmingham Bowl, Texas Tech versus USF, University of South Florida. Give me South Florida. Shoot, I think they can beat most anybody.
And this should be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I'm going to take South Florida in that game. Mike, who do you like?
I'll tell you, I watched Texas Tech. They were pretty physical, actually, on defense for once. When they beat Texas in that last game, and Kingsbury is, trying to save his job. But I agree with you. I think South Florida is going to be too much. I'll take South Florida.
Who do you like, Jim?
I'm going to take Texas Tech.
All right, Jim takes Texas Tech.
Good matchup though in the Birmingham Bowl.
I'm just going opposite y'all.
I tell you, a team that had a great year, ladies and gentlemen, and we've skipped around a little bit here. I don't want to get confused here, but San Diego State won 11 games. Did you know that,
10.
Mike?
They're 10-2.
Or 10-2.
And Army's 8-3 with one left to play.
Yeah, I'll take San Diego State in this game. Who do you like, Jim?
I'm going to take San Diego State.
Mike, who do you like?
I'll take the Aztecs.
Okay. Appalachian State versus Toledo, and this is App State of the Sun Belt Conference, and they're playing the Dollar General Bowl in Mobile, which is a very good bowl. That game's on December 23rd. That's why so many Troy people didn't want to go to Mobile, is because it gets right there at Christmas. I mean, it's the Saturday before Christmas on the 23rd. But App State brings a lot of folks. That's a good matchup right here.
Yeah, I'm going to take Toledo.
You're going to take Toledo. I'm going to take those guys from the mountains. I'm going to take App State. Who do you like, Mike?
I really like Toledo in this game.
You do? Holy Toledo, holy Toledo. Okay, the next game will pit Fresno against Houston. You know, Fresno came into play with this Alabama deal. You know, can you believe
Fresno was up by 2 scores late in that second half.
Yeah, and they ended up losing the ball game, didn't they?
Exactly.
Mike, who do you like?
They almost won the championship.
Yeah.
You know, they played Boise back-to-back weekends. It was really
that was crazy there, wasn't it?
So who are they playing?
They playing Houston.
Man, that's going to be a good matchup. Where's this bowl game being played?
All right, it's being played at
Hawaii Bowl, so in Hawaii. Houston's a 2.5-point favorite.
On Christmas Eve. Now, that wouldn't be a bad bowl to go to, but I think I could enjoy Christmas in Hawaii.
I'll take Hawaii. I mean, not Hawaii. I'll take
I would take Hawaii, too. I'd love to go.
I'm going to take Fresno. I think it's just special for Fresno. I'm going to take Fresno. Who do you like, Jim?
I'm going to take Fresno. Who'd you take, Michael?
I took Houston.
Okay. All right.
Favorite coach player, Major Applewhite.
Oh, is that who the head coach is at Houston?
Yeah.
Well, he had a pretty good year. What was his record?
They're 8-4.
That was pretty good for Major Applewhite. Okay, we're moving along. West Virginia and Utah. You got to shoot in here, right here. One of them 7-5, West Virginia. Utah 6-6. Utah's the location here is going to be important. Where do they play this game? They play this game in Dallas.
Dallas. It's the Heart of Dallas Bowl.
Heart of Dallas Bowl.
I'm going to take Utah.
And it's day after Christmas. You're going to take Utah?
Yeah, Will Greer, the starting quarterback for West Virginia's out.
I'm going to take Utah. I'm going to take Utah. Northern Illinois is in Duke. And, you know, Duke's program is sort of down a little bit. You know what? I'm going to pick Northern Illinois to beat them in the upset. I'm going to take Northern Illinois.
I'm going to take Duke.
All right. All right, Mike, who do you like?
I'm going to take Duke as well.
All right, that's what winners are made of, ladies and gentlemen.
Only
Check
one
your
of
bracket.
these games, the Florida Atlantic games got a big line. Most of these others are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 point games.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, Troy line's only 6.5.
All right.
Yeah.
Kansas State's got a Troy flavor. Dr. Mac Lowry, or Reverend Mac Lowry of the Calvary Baptist Church, his grandson is the starting right guard for Kansas State. And Mac Lowry is pastor of Calvary Baptist Church in Troy. Of course, Wiley, his son, and this young man grew up in Montgomery and went to Montgomery Academy. His dad's a veterinarian up there. And
it's another game. Kansas State's a 2-point favorite.
Yeah, and you're right. Another good game against UCLA without a coach. Give me that old man. Give me the old man, Mike. I'm going to take Kansas State, even though UCLA is probably going to light it up.
Yeah, I'm going to take UCLA in this game.
People said this was going to be Rosen's last game. I'm going to take Kansas State, though.
All right, who got the UCLA job?
Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, we're moving right along, Jim. Southern Miss and Florida State.
And here's another big line.
And, I can't, who's going to coach that game? The guy from, one of the offensive coordinator is from right here in Pike County, Mike.
You mean defense coordinator?
Defensive coordinator, yeah. What's his name? Kelly, yeah. He's from Ozark.
I'll take Florida State, but I think this game, I don't know. I already heard Derwin James, a great safety, he's not going to play for Florida State, and a couple other guys are talking about sitting out. That's the thing now with these pro prospects. It doesn't mean
Oh, I know it. I don't like that.
They don't play in the game, so Florida State's got at least 3 starters. I heard they're not going to play.
They're eventually going to have to address that. And
they are.
Probably pass a rule that if you choose to sit out voluntarily, and you're a junior or less, then you can't enter the draft, or you get suspended for a couple of games the following year or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot.
They're just losing control.
I cannot take Florida State. Southern Miss over Florida State. But I remember the day when the young quarterback that nobody knew anything about, his name was Brent Favre, went to Florida State and beat them. Do you remember that? Do you remember that great victory? From there on, everybody knew who Brett Favre was, and he became a hero on that day. And of course, rest is history.
Curly Hallman?
Yeah, I think Curly Hallman might have been the coach. You know what? He was a good football coach, and then he lost that game in Auburn, Jim. What happened to Curly Hallman? He was a pretty good football coach.
I don't know.
If you think about it, you remember how Auburn came back and beat them?
One thing, he was still throwing the ball.
All right, Boston College and Iowa on this game. Give me Iowa. I'm going to have to take Iowa. And that what?
If you're an Alabama fan, you better be picking Iowa. They're the reason that Alabama's in the playoffs.
Yeah, you think so? Okay, Iowa. And this game is being played in the Bronx, New York. And I'm going to Yankee Stadium this week. I'm leaving Saturday morning. I'm going to be in New York. And, Mike, I'm going to Yankee Stadium. I'm going to ride the subway up there.
Well, get my wife an I Love New York t-shirt.
Okay, all right. I'll do it.
I'm going to take Iowa.
The one with the heart?
Yeah. It's got to have a heart on it.
Well, it's like the famous New York t-shirt.
Yeah, I got you.
The I, the heart, NY.
Okay.
I'll take Iowa, but I think this will be a close game. Boston College is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I know they are. What did you do, Jim?
I took Iowa.
All right. Okay. Arizona and Purdue are playing in the Foster Farms Bowl, wherever that is. That's from Santa Clara, California. Levi's Stadium.
Levi's Stadium.
Now, let me tell you this. How many years ago, Mike?
Arizona's a 3-point favorite.
How many years ago was this that Troy played in this stadium? Is that right?
No, that was in San Jose.
Oh, that was in San Jose where we played in the.
I think this is where the 49ers play.
Okay.
Santa Clara.
Yeah, that must be. Okay, who'd y'all take? All right, I took Arizona.
I'm going to take Purdue.
All right.
I tell you, I think Coach ought to go on after. I'd have gone after Jeff Brom at Purdue. I think he's an up-and-coming coach.
I think he is too.
I guess I'll go with Arizona and Khalil Tate. Their quarterback's pretty.
Well, and y'all don't talk about our old ball coach there now. Hey, he's our old ball coach. Rodriguez was famous. Listen to this now, Jim. When he was the assistant coach at Tulane under Bowden. And Tulane, ladies and gentlemen, went undefeated. That's when everybody started saying, who was that offensive coordinator? His name was Rich Rodriguez, and he got the Clemson job, didn't he? Or no, Bowden got the Clemson job. He goes to Clemson with Bowden, or did he stay at Tulane? What did he do?
Mm-hmm. He went to Clemson and then went to Western Union.
And then he made a big name for himself at Clemson. As Bowden's offensive coordinator. Isn't that right?
Yeah. They're one of the only teams that have ever, I think they went 13-0 and they won the line in Vegas every week.
That Tulane team did.
Yeah, their quarterback was Sean King.
Yeah.
He played for Tampa Bay Bucks.
Well, a former Tulane defensive back, I saw him this weekend. He's a neighbor of mine. And he's our orthopedic specialist, LaLiber. Why do you pronounce the last name? Dr.
LaLiberty.
No, not LaLiberty.
Who are you talking
about? Former defensive back at Tulane. He lives here in Troy on Crow Hill. He's an orthopedic surgeon at the hospital.
Oh, Lusenberg, or whatever, something like that.
And he and I are good buddies. But he played on one of those Tulane teams, Mike.
Going how we're butchering his name today.
He played on one of those Tulane teams.
Well, that's good.
Okay, our last game is Texas and Missouri, and everybody wants the Missouri coach. Are they going to get him?
Nobody's wanting Barry Odom that I know of.
Well, hey, Mike, would you have wanted to play Missouri at the end of the year? I sure wouldn't wanted to. How about you, Jim?
No, sir. And they're favored.
Their season around 1-6 in a row. I will give him credit.
And scored a ton of points.
They are favored over Texas.
Yeah. And Texas, Mike, what happened to that guru at Texas, Mike? It's supposed to be all everything.
Oh, yeah, Tom Herman had a tough start, but, Nick Saban had a tough start at Alabama, I think they'll turn it around. You just got to get your own guys in and guys believing in what you do and kind of get rid of the guys from the old staff. Normally it's the way it works. But I'm going to go with Texas.
All right, Mike takes Texas. And, of course, a lot of teams can change around because they got 2 extra weeks of practice.
Oh, yeah.
And they can change offenses if they want to.
I'm going to take Missouri.
Isn't that right, Jim? I mean, if they wanted to, they could go to the wishbone if they wanted to.
Terminology with some of these kids, you got to.
It's going to be the starting quarterback against Clemson.
Who?
Tua.
It's going to be the quarterback against who?
Clemson.
Are you serious?
Those people are crazy.
Mike, are you serious?
I'm kidding.
No, if you look, there's some people that want him to be.
Yeah, no question.
Oh, yeah. God, if you listen to Birmingham radio, it's like Jalen Hurts is the worst quarterback ever to play.
Oh, man. Now, he does have happy feet. He's got the worst case of happy feet I've ever seen.
I will say this. Don't you think, Jim, they ought to at least have a package, maybe third series till it comes in there? I really do think
I think they've intended on using him a little more than they've been able to the entire year.
And Troy's got a kid, the great option quarterback. The backup quarterback at Troy is a fine football player, and I thought that maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to throw him in there a couple of series and start running the option and also to make teams have to work on it, that type of thing.
Yeah, he's probably the fastest quarterback Troy's ever had.
He might be. In fact, a guy told me the other day he's the third fastest player on the team, and he's a quarterback.
Yeah, I talked to some high school coaches, and they said he was the best quarterback they've seen out of high school since Tyler was.
Well, you were in Tuscaloosa yesterday. What's going on there?
I mean, basically, I was just down there for the high school. We had the coaches' appreciation dinner for Wagner. Seems like all our coaches came in, and basically just had Adidas and Nike there and all our big vendors. So all of them were heading over to the football game. So all of them went to go see Hoover and McGill last night.
Mike, has Adidas caught up with Nike, or are they still far behind?
They're making a big push. It's just one of those things where, the big time college programs are still Nike. Adidas doesn't have near the.
Now Auburn is Under Armour. Now who's then Baylor's Under Armour, are they?
Yeah, South Carolina's Under Armour. Under Armour started by a guy named Todd Plank up in Maryland. That's
correct.
Yeah, all that crazy.
And all their
Maryland
ugly
uniforms.
uniforms.
Yeah, boy, you're right.
Yeah, Nike's still king.
Yeah.
But Adidas, as far as what they bring to the table, what they offer design-wise and kind of for young people, it's really making a huge push.
Yeah.
I mean, their numbers are through the roof. They're making a big push. And I got a lot of schools to wear, Nike, and a lot of schools to wear Adidas. I mean, it's pretty even.
Yeah. Okay, quickly.
Russell's totally out of the uniform business now. That happened a couple.
Now they were the biggest in the business at one time.
Oh yeah, based out of Atlantic City.
Okay,
Michael, it does look like Pruitt is scheduled to be named Tennessee's coach later in the day. Press conference for after lunch sometime. But it also says that sources have confirmed that he will stay with Alabama through the playoffs. I don't know how long that'll last, and I don't know whose opinion that was, but.
Okay, next week at this time.
That's a local thing with Pruitt getting hired. His wife is from Banks and worked in the Troy's athletic department throughout.
Banks, Alabama? You mean downtown Banks, just 5 miles from where we sit right now?
Father-in-law still lives here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Her maiden name's East.
I know that now. And Philip East is sister or daughter or whatever. Philip. Okay, next week, same time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll finish these bowl picks. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll start with the Military Bowl, Virginia and Navy, and move on down all the way to the championship round. Jim, are you ready? You feel like you can win this thing again?
I'm going to take some gambles in this thing.
Well,
I already picked against you and Michael 4 or 5 times, so.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Jim, before you go, I know you went to every single Alabama game. I would guess the best trip of the year had to be College Station.
As far as where we went, yes, it was. It's kind of funny. Everybody knows my wife's an Auburn graduate and an Auburn fan. And she was kind of torn on Sunday when we're waiting on the selection show because she also really loves New Orleans. That's her favorite place to go. I've had reservations down there since back in September.
Wow.
Well,
I go ahead and look at all the possibilities early in the year and find some places that are cancelable.
Exactly right.
And it saves you a lot of money if you wind up going because those places have now doubled and some of them have even tripled.
And as far as saving money,
when the teams are announced,
we're staying pretty much where the team's staying at the Marriott, but at the same time, you can save money just across the street. I mean, because it's no question where the team stays. It's where it's going to be the highest rate.
Well, we checked that the other day. There was 3 of us sitting around and said, "Well, man, I'm paying $117 staying at the Marriott. I guess it's Troy's trip."
Right.
So the guy we're with picks up the phone and calls. He says, "Do y'all have rooms available for New Year's?" And they said, "Yeah, we've got a few left. Can you tell me what the rate is?" Well, the 30th is $489, and the 31st and the 1st is $529.
So
you go from $117 a night to an average of $510 a night.
I tell you what, it's a lot of excitement about the New Orleans Bowl, and you need to go
ahead
and call and get your tickets.
I would love to go if I didn't have to go twice in a row.
Well, I hope everybody's looking forward to it like we are, and we're looking forward to this week, and then, of course, at this time next week will be Thursday. A lot of people have been already headed down to New Orleans, and But our
No
show
doubt,
will
for
be
the weekend.
at this next Thursday, and it's going to be a great one. And hope you've enjoyed it.
I hope everybody watches some on the Army Navy. I mean, it's really amazing.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Knowing they're going to serve our country one day. I mean, it's
exactly
really a
right.
special game. So I would definitely tell everybody to watch a little bit of that this weekend as well.
No doubt.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Crimson Tide of Alabama on New Year's Day, right here on Troy Cable, will battle the Clemson Tigers in the first round of the NCAA Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week for this same show, Bill Jackson Chevrolet, on the bypass right here in Troy. We'll see you next week.